Okay, Ms. Rosales. Court calls pause number 21040000933, State of Texas versus Janelle Rosales. Ms. Rosales, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Ms. Rosales, you are charged with the offense of public intoxication. Before I get into the charge, I need to let you know a few things. These are all Class C misdemeanors with fines that normally do not exceed $500. There's no chance of jail time in these cases. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury. You can have a trial before the court, which is me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no chance of jail time. But an attorney could help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standards as if you were an attorney. You also have the right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your case against yourself. It is the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Okay. It's also important to note that there are consequences beyond this courtroom. If you plead guilty or no contest and I find you guilty and you get a conviction, you could be subject to surcharges from the state of Texas on certain charges. If you have a question whether your charge is one of those, I would suggest you consult a lawyer. Also, if your status in the United States is not that of a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or a plea of no contest and a finding of guilt could affect your status in the United States. I also would advise that you consult a lawyer if you find yourself in that situation. Finally, if I order a fine and court cost in a case and you are unable to meet that financial obligation, there are alternative means to making payment. If you find yourself in that situation, if you will let the clerks know, they will give you an application and we can have a hearing to determine if you qualify for either an extended payment plan, community service, or a combination of those things. Do you understand these things?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Ms. Rosales, as to the charge of public intoxication, or let's put it this way, you are charged with the offense of public intoxication alleged to have occurred on or about April 19th, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of those charges?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand them?
Yes.
As to the charge of a public intoxication on or about April 19th, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
The court will accept your plea of no contest. Anything you want to say, Mr. Rosales, before I go to punishment?
I think I know I really made a bad decision that night. I shouldn't have been out. I'm actually just got accepted into the nursing school. So this kind of reflects on my background check moving forward. I would really appreciate it if there was some sort of deferred, so that way it could get dropped from my record if there was any way possible.
No, I definitely am inclined to do deferred disposition. I'm going to place you on 90 days deferred disposition.
Thank you.
And it's going to be a fine of $230, court cost of $81 for a total of $311. Do you know when you can pay that, Ms. Rosales?
Probably sometime within the month.
Okay, then I will give you 30 days. Would that be fine?
Yes, that sounds good.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll give you 30 days, so you're going to have till June 25th, Ms. Rosales.
Okay.
Now, if for whatever reason you find that on that date you're not able to pay it in full, just let us know, and that way we can arrange for another date. Okay.
Thank you.
Also, we need you to come by the court sometime today. Do you live in Robstown?
No, sir. I live in Corpus, but I can make a trip to Robstown.
Okay, so either today or tomorrow. Okay. If you can come by the court so you can sign off on your plea papers. And let me have a phone number for you, Ms. Rosales.
It'll be 361-453-9866.
Okay, Ms. Rosales. Any questions before I let you go?
No, sir. Oh, well, all of my, I guess, stipulations will be on the paperwork I received.
Yeah, basically, this is going to be it. Don't get any other charges within that 90-day period. Pay the $311 that's owed. Okay. And one thing that I forgot, Ms. Rosales, that I need to do, you have to do an alcohol education course,
Okay.
alcohol awareness course online. Okay. Just any online class that'll give you a certificate. Okay. If you have trouble finding one, if you'll call the clerks, they'll let you know.
Thank you.
You'll give it to. Okay. Okay, that's it then. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sir? Sir? I don't think he can hear me now. Do we know what this man's number is? I'm gonna remove him so he can call back, okay? Hopefully that, like I text him and he wouldn't. It looks like he's trying to get somebody to come. Let's see if he calls, okay? Yeah. Here, I'm giving you this.
Shelly's brothers, she wants to do defensive driving. And these two go together.
Good morning. My name is Tony Gonzalez. I'm the judge of the Rochester Municipal Court. We're on the record right now, so everything's being recorded, so you know. You're here on an arraignment, or what's called an initial appearance. That means you're here for the first time to answer to your violations. These are all Class C misdemeanors that normally do not exceed $500. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a jury. You can have a trial before the court. Natalie, can we get Mr. Salazar a mask? You can have a trial before the court, which is me. You also have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you, because once again, there's no chance of jail times in these cases. But an attorney can help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding a case, your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standards as if you were an attorney. You also have the right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your case against yourself. It is the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. You understand these rights. Okay. Other things I need to let you know that there are alternative means to payment if you are unable to meet your financial obligation. There is a way to get before the court to ask the court to place you on an extended payment plan, to give you community service, or to do a combination of those things. If you find yourself in that situation, you can request an application, which you will fill out. That application asks for certain financial information. And then you'll have a hearing before me. And if I feel that you qualify, I will then consider putting you on a payment plan, extended payment plan, community service, or a combination of those things. Also, if you are not a citizen of the United States, a plea of guilty or no contest could affect your status in the United States. So I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. Finally, there are consequences beyond this courtroom on certain charges in the form of surcharges from the state of Texas. If you have a question whether your particular charge will result in surcharges, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney to get that question answered. Before I go forward, any questions? Okay. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to call the case. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. I'm going to swear you in. After I swear you in, I'm going to let you know what you're being charged with. I'm then going to ask you, how do you plead? You have three choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty and a plea of no contest are essentially the same thing in that I will find you guilty. When you plead no contest, you're basically telling the court that you're not contesting the matter. You're not saying you did it. You're not saying you didn't do it. You're just not contesting it. After you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, then we go to the punishment portion of the case. It is at this time, if you wish to tell me anything regarding your case, you're allowed to tell me. Before then, I cannot hear any facts regarding your case until we're at trial, okay? So a lot of times people come in wanting to discuss the facts of their case, and I'm not able to do so by law. But if you plead not guilty, you will then be set for a pretrial where there will be a prosecutor for the state of Texas whom you will be able to speak to regarding your case. The prosecutor has the ability to offer a plea bargain agreement, or if he so chooses, he can dismiss the case if he feels that the case warrants it. Any questions? Okay, court calls number 21050000956, 21050000957, State of Texas versus Shelly K. Carruthers. Can you please stand up, please? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you can put your hand down. Ms. Carruthers, you are Shelly Ray Carruthers, correct? K. Carruthers. You are charged with two offenses. The first is speeding 68 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. The second is an expired registration, both alleged to have occurred on or about April 29th, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of these charges? You understand them? As to the charge of speeding 68 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, on or about April 29, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead? And as to the charge of expired registration alleged to have occurred on the same date, how do you plead? The court will accept your plea of no contest on both charges. My understanding, Ms. Carruthers, you wanted to know if you would, if I would be willing to offer the driving safety course program. Have you taken a driving safety course program in the past year? Okay. The driving safety course program, it's a 90-day program where you do a driving safety course that is where you can receive a certificate, right? You do and it's usually a 6-hour course. You can do it online or in person. You pay, how much is hers going to be? $144 today. At the end of the 90-day period, you get us the driving safety course certificate, proof that you carried insurance during this 90-day period, and a certified copy of your driving record from DPS. And some of these courses, you can do a combination. Like they'll give you the driving record if you pay an extra dollar. It's the abstract. Yeah. You do this all within the 90-day period, the case gets dismissed. Okay. So I'll go ahead and order that. The expired registration, did you get your registration?
Yes, sir, I did. I have all of that.
Okay. Can you approach? Come forward. Okay, let the record reflect that the defendant has presented proof that she got her registration on May 19th. Nelly, it's within 30 days, right? Is it 20 on the registration? April. Right on the money. So what I can, Natalie, we'll need to make we're gonna make a copy of this, and then, so we'll do what's called a compliance dismissal. How much is that, Natalie? That'll be $20. Does she need to sign something right now, Natalie, or just go to the front?
Let me have it signed. Your signature, please, and then the date next to it. That's you intend to give no contest to both of the violations. No, just where I put the X out. That's just the incident to give no problem. And if you can go to the front, we'll give you all the documentation that's needed for the defensive driving course, and then we're gonna make copies of your registration. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, court calls, cause numbers 21040000893, 21040000899, 21040000890, 21040000891, 21040000892, State of Texas versus Juan Arturo Salazar Jr. Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Okay, you can put your hand down. You are Juan Arturo Salazar Jr.? Okay, Mr. Salazar, you actually have two different jackets. We're gonna go with the oldest one in calls number 21040000893. And hold on, we're gonna take a quick recess. Just you can have a seat. Okay, Mr. Salazar, in this case, you are charged with the offense of no driver's license alleged to have occurred on April 22nd, 2021 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge? You understand it? As to the charge of driving with no driver's license on or about April 22nd, 2021 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead? The court will accept your plea of guilty. What's the situation with your driver's license? Okay, can't you go to Corpus? You need to do something because this one over here, a few days later, you got another one, right? You can't be driving without a driver's license. All right, I'm gonna go through this one before I issue punishment on this one. All right, in cause number 2104000889, 890, 891, and 892, you are charged with the offenses of speeding 55 miles per hour in a 40-mile-per-hour zone, driving with no driver's license, driving with an open container, and failing to signal your intent to turn, all alleged to have occurred on or about April 25th, 2021 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of these charges? And do you understand them? We're gonna go one by one. Yeah, we're gonna go one by one, hold on. Okay, as to the offense of speeding 55 in a 40-mile-per-hour zone on or about April 25th, 2021 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas, how do you plead? As to the offense of no driver's license alleged on the same date, how do you plead? As to the offense of open container alleged to have occurred on the same day, how do you plead? Well, at this point, I mean, like I said, if you feel you're not guilty, you can plead not guilty on that one. Just because you pled guilty on the other one doesn't mean you can plead not guilty, and then you can talk to the prosecutor regarding that case if you feel you're not guilty on that one. So how do you plead on that one? Not guilty? Now, if you have to have a trial on that one, you want it before the court or you want it before me? Okay. And as to the offense of failing to signal your intent to turn on the same date, how do you plead? The court will accept your plea of guilty on all charges except the open container charge. You're gonna change your plea to guilty? The court will accept your plea of guilty on all charges. I'm gonna place you on 90 days deferred disposition on all charges. Including the two no driver's license. Okay, on the no driver's license, the first one, it's going to be a fine of $125, cost of $81, for a total of $206. On the speeding on the second jacket, it's going to be a fine of $114.90, cost of $134, for a total of $248.90. On the no driver's license on that one, it's going to be a fine of $125, cost of $81, for a total of $206. On the open container, fine of $209.90, costs of $76, for a total of $285.90. And on the failure to turn, fine of $109.90, costs of $134, for a total of $243.90. What is it? Okay, so $1,190.70. Normally, I give you to the end of the 90-day period, right? But if you find yourself that you owe money, I would suggest you come like every pay period and give some money down. But at the end of the 90-day period, you owe some money, we can extend you, put you on an extended payment plan. There's an application you fill out, okay? You need to get your license, okay? Because I tell you what, they know you don't have a license. So Robstown's a small town. They see you driving. They already know you don't have a license. They're going to stop you, okay? You don't want this to keep on adding up. Right now, this is a lot, but it's manageable, okay? Just know this, if you find yourself that you can't make these payments, you come talk to me, because I don't want a warrant for your arrest going out, okay? Okay, all right, that's the order of the court. We'll have you sign off on the plea forms. If you want to have a seat, she'll have those ready here in a minute. That's August 26th, right, Natalie? 24th? I had this gentleman back on the, let's see if we can get him. Mr. Garcia, you're not connecting.
The number you have reached is no longer in service. The number you have reached is no longer in service.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as done.
This number is not working. Yeah, you're welcome. Garcia, Pedro Garcia. R23906.
We're calling 210-421-6986.
That's a 2. Two one zero 421
6986.
I thought it was a 0.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 210.
Can't she just transfer him to me?
Oh, Genesis, is he on the phone?
So what's he gonna do? Is he gonna call me again?
You're gonna call him. You told me that you're gonna call him. He wasn't answering the line because I didn't think of her to transfer it. I didn't think about that.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message. Your call has been forwarded.
Mr. Garcia.
Yes, hello, Judge. I'm sorry about all these problems.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. This is new to everybody, so no problem. Okay, I'm gonna keep you on the phone, but we can still see each other. Okay.
I can see you, yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Garcia, so you're here on what's called an arraignment or an initial appearance. That means you're appearing for the first time in court to answer to your charge, okay?
Right.
There are certain things I want to let you know before I get to your case. These are all Class C misdemeanors with fines that normally do not exceed $500. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury. You can have a trial before the court, which is me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there's no chance of jail time in these cases. But an attorney could help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standard as if you were an attorney. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you also have the right to remain silent. You don't have to testify in your case against yourself. It is the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. I won't hold it against you, and neither will a jury if you choose not to testify, okay?
Okay.
Also, Mr. Garcia, there are consequences beyond this courtroom. If you plead guilty or no contest and I find you guilty and issue a final conviction, there are surcharges from the state of Texas on certain charges. If you have a question as to whether your charge is one of those charges, I suggest you consult a lawyer. If your status in the United States is not that of a United States citizen, you may want to consult a lawyer because a plea of guilty or no contest may affect your status here in the United States. Also, if you find yourself in a situation, if I order a fine and court costs and you are unable to meet that financial obligation, there are alternative means to meeting those obligations, including payment plans, including extended payment plans, and community service, or a combination of those things. So if you find yourself in that situation, it's important you let us know. And we have an application that we can have you pick up or send to you. You fill it out, and if you qualify, we can consider doing one of those options. Any questions, Mr. Garcia?
No, sir.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to ask you here in a minute, how do you plead? You're going to have three choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty and no contest are essentially the same thing in that I will find you guilty and then go to the punishment portion of the case. At the punishment portion of the case, you can tell me whatever you want about your case. Before then, I can't hear any facts regarding your case, only at the trial. However, if you plead not guilty, you will have the ability to speak to the prosecutor, whom you can talk to about the case. And if he feels that it's warranted, that you have a valid excuse or a valid defense, he has the ability to dismiss the case, or he has the ability to offer a plea bargain agreement, which I then have to approve. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Garcia. You are charged with the offense of unsafe backing resulting in a car accident that is alleged to have occurred on or about May 7, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of this charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of unsafe backing alleged to have occurred on or about May 7, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
I will plead no contest.
Okay.
And I will explain it whenever you allow me to explain it.
Yes, sir. I will accept your plea of no contest, and you can go ahead and talk to me. Tell me what you want to tell me.
Okay. Well, I did back into the lady as I was turning. I don't contest that. But it was my fault, and I understand that. It kind of duped me because I knew she was there, and there was a car driving by, so I waited for the car to pass, and I was checking the side mirrors, and I could see the black car. That's what she was driving. And I started backing out. I mean, she was parked, but I could see the car. I wasn't anywhere near it. Well, I'm sorry to say that a second black car had parked behind her. And when I heard the rump of her fender, I felt it and heard it, so I stopped, pulled forward, got it out of the way, and that's when I saw that I was looking in the rear view, in the side mirror, I was looking at the other black car, not her car. So yes, it was my fault. She did get her car fixed. As a matter of fact, it's already fixed and she's driving it. She did refuse medical assistance. That's what she told the police lady, and I was there. And I got a letter from the insurance that she was saying she was feeling discomfort. And they had offered a settlement. So as far as I'm concerned, she got taken care of. Her car she's driving it around because I have seen it, and it's painted and everything. But yes, I did back into her. That's why I'm not contesting anything. It was my fault.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Mr. Garcia. You're saying that the property damage was already paid for by your insurance company, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you taken a driving safety course in the past year, Mr. Garcia?
Oh, not in the past year. I took one a long time ago.
Is that something you're interested in, Mr. Garcia? It would be a 90-day program. You would have to pay $160 today. That's the only thing. It has to be paid today or at the latest tomorrow. You take the driving safety course. You can do it online or in person. It's usually about 6 hours. You get us a copy of that certificate, a copy of your driving record, and proof that you had insurance during the 90-day period and the case gets dismissed. That costs $140. The fine in court, $160. The fine and court costs normally would be $345.90, which if you decide to go a different route, I would give you 90 days deferred disposition, $345.90 to be paid within 90 days.
Within 90 days?
Yes, sir.
And I can do that with 3 payments?
However you want to do it, so long as it gets paid in 90 days.
Oh, it was my fault. And I know I did it safely. I just didn't see her. It's my fault.
No, it's an accidents happen, Mr. Garcia.
Yes, I know.
So-
Believe me.
So do you,
But anyway, I'll go ahead and pay the fine.
okay, do you want to do the 90-day deferred disposition, or do you want to do the driving safety course program?
I want to do the 90-day.
Okay, then we'll do 90 days deferred disposition.
I will go by today and pay 1/3.
Okay, yes, if you can come by the court today so you can sign off on the papers, and if you want to pay 1/3 of it today, that'll get you that much further ahead, okay?
Right. That is great.
Okay, all right, then we'll see you here later on, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, you're welcome. You have a good day.
You too, Judge.
Okay, the time is 11 o'clock. Oh, we have somebody outside? Yeah, I can go off the record. I already ordered what I was doing. Okay, the time is 11 o'clock and we're off the record.